Welcome to Two Poor Artists, where we're poor at creating a mascot for Thanksgiving, but mostly we're poor at making art. I'm Isaac.
And my name is Benj, and today we are making a mascot for Thanksgiving.
Wow, I never would have guessed.
Because it doesn't have one.
It doesn't. And
like people are like, oh, what about the turkey or whatever?
you see, I think the closest thing that Thanksgiving has to a mascot is just food. You know? Like you could argue like a turkey, but just like a generic woodland feathered fowl is not.
But it's like, think of every other holiday. Like, why is Christmas so beloved and Thanksgiving is so forgotten? Why did we not even draw anything for Thanksgiving 2 years ago?
We didn't, because it's
because, like, I mean, Christmas, it's not just like, oh, it has Santa. Like, it's not just the mascot.
And cheeses.
It's the music.
Yeah,
it's
got it all. It's got the food, the music, the decorations, and the mascot. Even Easter has a mascot.
Well, and even better for Thanksgiving, or for Christmas than Thanksgiving, I think. Because, see, Thanksgiving, its only thing is the food.
Yeah.
But it's like very specific food. So it's like you have to like that exact food, or else you don't even like Thanksgiving, because there's nothing else.
Is the primary reason I think that I really like Thanksgiving and you really don't like Thanksgiving.
Like, I don't like Thanksgiving at all, because it's just a worse than normal meal. Like, I disagree. I like my family. I like hanging out with them.
Oh, that's good you've clarified. You like your family, because this would have been rough if it was like, I'm not even thankful for my family and we have to eat bad food together.
Like, I like to gather with my family, but I prefer to gather with them and eat good food. But see, like Christmas, like, you can eat any food you want on Christmas.
It's true.
Like, that's not the special thing.
But, you know, Thanksgiving food is so good that so often people just have Thanksgiving food again on Christmas. Like, that's pretty traditional.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't.
Like, it's that good of a meal. But it's so good, you want it twice.
Some people like it. And those people like Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, that can't be your only thing, or else it'll never be that good of a holiday.
See, the thing I think is a major problem with Thanksgiving, relating to the mascot, is there just isn't one. You know, like, even think of the Macy's Day Parade, which is arguably like the most Thanksgiving celebration that there is, you know, other than people, you know, eating Thanksgiving meal together. The Thanksgiving Day Parade ends with Santa appearing.
Right,
it's not like, it's a slap in the face to Thanksgiving.
Because
why is that the culminating event of the whole parade?
Santa's so cool.
I mean, he's not.
Oh,
Mrs. Claus is cool.
What weird fascination do you have with Mrs. Claus?
Well, she's
just because you
endearing.
were
I
murder mystery.
I was cast as Mrs. Claus in a mystery dinner against my will. But Mrs. Claus is
against your will. I hope everyone heard the air quotes.
Mrs. Claus is delightful. You know, she bakes cookies. She has the rosy cheeks. She might give you a kiss on the cheek for Thanksgiving. You know, there's a lot to like about Mrs. Claus.
Santa Claus is cool. There's a lot of movies about him. He's a great character, and he's very mascot-y. Like, you see Santa Claus.
He's very mascot-y.
Like Christmas.
Yeah, it's true, right?
And then the Christmas music just plays behind him.
And you feel the holiday spirit.
Yeah. And there's decorations everywhere. Like Thanksgiving, it's like people decorate for Halloween and then they take away half those decorations for Thanksgiving.
It's true. Nobody really ever says they decorate for Thanksgiving. They're either saying, I'm decorating for the fall, you know?
Right, yeah.
It's because there's no mascot, you know?
No mascot. You need to put a character.
We need a face for Thanksgiving, you know?
Because it's hard.
Put a face to it.
It's hard to sell Thanksgiving if there's no face.
Yes.
Because you're just selling food.
Yeah,
and
which does work, but...
Yeah, but it's like people aren't going to pay more for food.
No.
Now, if you had like a mascot for Thanksgiving, you know, brand turkey, you know, like Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
It's been selling Santa for...
I feel like Pepsi needs to step up and be like, here's the Thanksgiving Day mascot,
like, you guys
to sell our Pepsi products.
You guys have to drink Pepsi on Thanksgiving because we have the Thanksgiving mascot.
Because this Thanksgiving Day mascot drinks it on Thanksgiving, you know? Like, that's the thing.
Yeah, while listening to Thanksgiving music, which that's not our job to come up with, but
no,
someone needs to.
Someone needs to come up. We've been talking about this for years. Our friend Ethan, we've been after him because he's musical and we're not. We're artistic in other and better ways, but he can create the sound of Thanksgiving. You know, there's a sound for Christmas.
Plus,
jingle bells.
Like it's Thanksgiving all the time.
Yeah, he kind of does. But the point is, every other holiday has its own mascot, has its own sound, and has its own food. And Thanksgiving's only got one.
Yeah.
So we're here today to fix one small problem with Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You know? There's only so much we can do as poor artists.
Yeah, we can do the mascot. We're not cooks. We can't make better food.
We wouldn't want to either.
No, we would.
Half of us would.
See, I mean, really what it just needs to not only have the food. Like, it needs to feel like Thanksgiving, even if you have a completely different meal.
This is true. And that would help if you were surrounded by pictures of the Thanksgiving Day mascot.
Yeah.
If the fridge was full of them.
Because it's like, there's a lot of people that are like, to me, Christmas is that ham that I have. And it's like, okay, that's good for you. I would never choose to have that. But, like,
Yeah,
that's what makes
ham is
that,
gross.
that's like the thing that makes it Christmas to you. That's fine. But the thing is, we all acknowledge that it's Christmas.
Yes.
I mean, Christmas already started.
It's true.
Because, I mean, Halloween's over, so Christmas is here.
So we're here to save Thanksgiving today, to really put it on the map.
Yeah.
To make it the holiday that the pilgrims intended it to be, you know?
Yeah, because it's like, I don't like Thanksgiving, but I want to be able to like Thanksgiving.
And you think a mascot's the only...
I want to look forward to Thanksgiving coming. You know, I want Halloween time to start being interrupted because you see the Thanksgiving mascot.
Yeah, it's true, right?
And the music of Thanksgiving.
And really...
And people are like, no, you can't start that yet. Halloween's not over. And
But people are like,
oh,
no, we want the Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving
mascot to come out. Yeah. You know, we want the Macy's Day Parade to end with not Santa encroaching on another holiday that doesn't even belong to him, but with it ending with a lovely float where the Thanksgiving Day mascot comes into view and all the children beam with joy and the parents shout and the grandparents cry tears of joy and the aunts and uncles are just kind of there because what do aunts and uncles really know? But that's the whole point. The whole point is everyone will have their eyes transfixed upon this mascot and the heavens will open and the sound of Thanksgiving will play through the speakers once it's invented and all will be right in the world until Black Friday.
Yes.
That's a lot of pressure.
It is.
On us.
And we can live up to it.
We can.
I mean, I am the artist general now.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, this is...
like,
well, I mean,
once,
once all the paperwork's complete.
Like, next year.
Yeah.
But I'm...
Yeah, we're this is like,
I'm not acting.
This is like preemptive. Like, this is like, when we have a chance to make this a thing. You better have some sketches already done.
Right. So this is, like, right now, we're both going to propose ideas, and then whoever's is better.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it works, right?
The Thanksgiving mascot.
Unless we can have a co-mascot. We've never had that before.
Oh, yeah. Like
a mascot and a sidekick mascot.
Right. And, like, I mean, some holidays somewhat have, like, two-ish.
I mean, like, you mean all the ones that are about Jesus that actually have another mascot?
Right.
Yeah. But nobody can dress up as Jesus. That's disrespectful, You can't just plaster Jesus drinking a Coke. People would find that wrong, So you got to have someone else that embodies the spirit of the season without all of the truth.
Santa, or, like, Christmas has so many mascots.
It really does. It's got
like,
Rudolph,
Santa, Frosty the Snowman,
Scrooge.
Rudolph. Like,
we've met some of these people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, they're just... It is an abundance, a plethora.
Yeah.
Of mascots.
And even like Halloween, you're like, well, Halloween doesn't really have a mascot, but it's like,
it does though.
Everything spooky is a mascot.
It has like Dracula, and it has like Frankenstein, and the Bride of Frankenstein. Like it has a bunch of all the spooky monster people, like
and like
the Wicked Witch of the West.
Movies, like they keep coming out with new movies.
Yeah, like it has its own genre. You just watch horror movies, which
like,
are terrible, but
neither of us are really like for the scary stuff.
No.
But
there are plenty of what I would call Thanksgiving movies, oddly enough. They're just like every Hallmark movie that doesn't take place during Christmas.
It's just like in the fall.
Yeah, it's
like,
just like a generic...
We're saving the pumpkin patch.
Yeah, but again, that's not really...
Like, they're not good.
They're
not real...
That's not really Thanksgiving, and that's because Thanksgiving is so undefined in what it is. What's the sound? What's the look? What's the mascot?
Yeah. Like, we wear flannel and we eat turkey.
Yeah.
It's Thanksgiving.
Like
that's
even
not,
pumpkins. Even pumpkins are more of a Halloween thing because you carve them.
Yeah.
In Thanksgiving time, you just kind of look at an uncarved one, and then you choke down a piece of pumpkin pie because of tradition.
But we think of Thanksgiving as pumpkins because you remove all the skeletons and stuff from your yard, and all
what's
you have
left
is the pumpkins.
Exactly right. That and the leaves.
Yeah.
Really, pumpkins and leaves is the Thanksgiving decoration right now, you know? But we're gonna
beef
it up.
And it's been 10 minutes, so now we're supposed to start drawing.
Yeah, because then people leave us comments like, I like your channel, but you guys don't really do a whole lot.
Yeah, it's basically just a podcast.
Yeah.
Which is,
we completely agree with, those kind of comments because that's basically what we are. You could pretty much listen to us, on the drive to and from in your car and not even look at the drawings until later. You just kind of imagine what's happening.
Yeah.
It's not going to be good, so you're not really missing out on much.
Every time you're at a red light, you just glance at it.
Yeah, but panicky people while they're driving is not good. They look at our drawing and they're just upset. You don't want to drive upset. Look at it once you've parked. All right, the Thanksgiving mascot.
The Thanksgiving mascot. See, I should have put some amount of thought into this.
Yeah, I know.
Right now,
I've got a couple of ideas. The problem with our setup here is like, what if you take my idea?
Oh yeah, that's possible.
It's so often that you and I have the
idea.
same or similar ideas of what to do, and then the second person is just like left struggling.
Like the thing is, the obvious is to do like a humanoid turkey.
Yeah, right. Like a super handsome turkey or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like a pilgrim.
Yeah, or a pilgrim. Or like some sort of pilgrim turkey. Like I've definitely seen that as a quote unquote mascot.
Yeah, it's just like a turkey that's dressed up like a pilgrim.
Yeah,
that's not a mascot, guys.
It's not a mascot. I mean, you could make that be a mascot if you wanted to.
You could. Maybe you should.
Like movies and promote that as a character.
Yeah, but you should draw something.
You have to give it a name. And that's part of the thing. Like it has to have a name and be designated. I'm gonna draw. I mean, it's gonna be a guy, but he's not gonna be nose first.
That is complicated for you.
Because I'm not even positive.
He's coat first.
Yeah. Because, see, I think the coat matters for this one. Because I think he's got a real skinny one on.
He has very askew at the top of his body. What is all that above the armpits? Where is his neck?
Well, I haven't drawn the neck yet.
It's coming together.
I mean, maybe he'll change. But I feel like he's gonna be wearing flannel.
Well, yeah, that's because traditional colors of Thanksgiving.
But I also
I'm okay with. Halloween has its colors. Really, what we need is a holiday that doesn't have colors so much; it has a pattern.
Yeah.
Because everything should be black and white. So really, we just need to have distinctive patterns for each.
Well, and it's kind of like the like what I was saying about the food. So if you're gonna have very specific food, then you should have differing something else. Because that's the problem. Right now with Christmas, if you don't like red and green, for some reason you hate those colors, you're just gonna like Christmas less because you're
probably
gonna see
true.
those colors everywhere. But in this case, you can wear any color you want as long as it's the pattern.
Yeah. See, that's very helpful. It's kind of like wearing, snowflakes on your Christmas eats, or Christmas trees, Technically, you're just wearing a pine tree on your shirt. But if you wear that any other time of year, people are kind of like, I don't know, that's pretty Christmassy.
Yeah. I don't really know what flannel looks like.
You are making that abundantly clear.
Because I didn't look up a picture.
This guy just has his arm in a fishing net.
And I don't wear flannel.
Yeah,
I don't know if I've ever worn flannel.
I don't think I've ever seen you wear flannel. That's really weird.
Well, I mean, it's not weird.
Well, I mean, it's normal for humans to wear flannel.
It's normal for hipsters to wear flannel.
I don't think it's exclusive to hipsters, especially this time of year.
Name one person that's not a hipster.
Well, I mean,
that you've seen wear flannel.
I've worn flannel, and I don't call myself a hipster. Would you call me a hipster?
When you're wearing flannel?
Well,
Like, did these lines connect? They're going to.
This is the train wreck. This person has just got themselves caught in like some kind of netting. Like, this is like what the turkey is wrapped in before you know, unsheath it.
I know that there's a difference of like checkered and flannel.
Yeah, I don't know,
but I don't know what
this qualifies as at all. This is unlike anything I've ever seen.
Yeah. See, I should have probably looked up a picture, but that's kind of against the spirit of poor art.
Yeah. No, this works. I mean, he'll just be
like, I'm just telling you guys it's flannel, so just believe me.
Yeah, no, like I'm starting to see it.
Like, most flannel, I think, has like a strong line and then like a small line right next to it.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's like hard to.
That's more flannelly.
That's like hard.
There, that one part there is flannelly. That's enough. Again, I feel like most artists, quote unquote artists, would be like, I picture the image in my mind, and then I put it on the page. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know how they do that.
No,
it's complicated.
It makes no sense to me.
You know, like I can vaguely picture flannel in my mind, but like I have a hard time picturing things, I think. And then creating it in arts is just, I find that unnatural.
Right.
You know, like that's not how art was meant to be. Art is supposed to be something beyond reality. You know, like it's supposed to inspire reality, not reality inspire art.
Yes. Like this will be what flannel looks like.
Yeah, this will be the style. You'll have the very low rise pants and the very hanging down flannel.
It has a very long body.
Okay,
that's just part of this character.
That makes me
now. I'm trying.
This character is so far as a pair of pants and a shirt.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to figure out is.
Just stick a turkey head on it and call it a day.
What is the most Thanksgiving activity that isn't just eating food?
Is it like, going around the table and saying one thing that you're thankful for this year?
No, like what should be is more what I'm saying. Like, what do we want to associate? Like Santa. Like he's associated with giving gifts.
Yes.
Living in cold places, flying a thing of reindeer,
working his elves' fingers to the bone,
the sleigh, because it's like, so why
he's so iconic.
Why does he drive a sleigh? It's because bells are the sound of Christmas.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying. Like there's like the character exists because of the culture around it. So like, what kind?
You're saying that Christmas music inspired Santa?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I just want to follow where you're going.
But not just the music. Like,
this is hard because we don't have Thanksgiving music to inspire a character.
But we also don't have like anything else other than you eat turkey.
What music do you think goes with what you've drawn so far? I picture it sad and cold.
So what I think like about Thanksgiving music is you can't just like have Thanksgiving music. You need a sound of Thanksgiving.
Ah, yes.
Like you need an instrument. Like with Christmas, it's like bells. You hear bells, like silver bells.
Can I propose the hurdy-gurdy? Because I think the hurdy-gurdy really needs a comeback. If you've never seen a hurdy-gurdy, that's a hurdy-gurdy right there. See it on the screen? The image that we've put on the screen at about 19 minutes, 20 seconds, so we know where to put it in the video. Anyway, that's a hurdy-gurdy, and if you've never heard of hurdy-gurdy, go stop our video right now. Go Google beautiful hurdy-gurdy ambiance, and you'll get something that will change your life.
I was watching something that had a hurdy-gurdy in it.
Oh, it must have been wonderful.
Was it Arcane? Was there a puppet show in Arcane?
Not show. I don't remember there being one.
And there was a puppet show. And the person playing hurdy-gurdy.
The point is, Thanksgiving could use more hurdy-gurdy. I mean, not that it has to be exclusive, like it's not like sleigh bells are the only instrument in Christmas music.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Not that I'm
but, like,
suggesting you make this a hurdy-gurdy either, your mascot.
Well, I mean, I'd have to like look up. I'd definitely have to look up a hurdy-gurdy.
Yeah, well,
Like I
they're
kind of
complex.
know, like it's like a violin with a crank. But,
It's very complicated.
but yeah, like you hear bells though. Like even if the song wasn't meant to be Christmas, it's now Christmas because it
Yes.
has bells in it,
Uh-huh.
and that's true for multiple sounds, you
Yes.
know, and tones.
I think
like-
you've stalled long enough. You need to add some mascot to these clothes.
But what?
Should be associated with Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could make him. I mean, he's already wearing flannel, so it's like
Yes.
I could make him like a lumberjack.
You could.
But it's like, is that like? Do people cut down more trees during Thanksgiving?
Yes,
Probably,
because they're getting ready for
preparing
Christmas. Yeah, see, we're on to
So-
something now.
So like this could be like we could make lumberjacking the sounds,
activity?
the activity.
Oh,
the
so like
sounds of
every
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving song has like saws in the back, like
like
you know,
saws.
not like a power saw that sounds like, you know, a screeching cat or something, but like that back and forth motion of
yeah,
big.
and it's like the tones,
Yeah.
like the tonalness.
Uh-huh.
It would be like a back and forth.
Yeah, you'd hear like wood chopping in the background.
like even if you didn't like necessarily hear that, but like the music itself would have that like back and forth, like
And that like subtle chop.
yeah, like it would have
Chop.
a beat and a back and forthness.
I hope you musicians are taking notes.
So whoever's pulling out their hurdy-gurdy
to make the new Thanksgiving song.
Yeah.
make sure you like include some back and forth rhythmic activity and some percussion that sounds like the chopping of a
This
tree.
is going to be beautiful.
So he's-
Unlike what
he's
I
gonna-
imagine this mascot is going to
he's
be.
gonna have an axe.
Like Axe body spray for
Nope.
men. You remember Axe commercials back in the day? They were very misleading. You know, whereas like the guy put on Axe and every girl in a square mile ran to, you know, throw themselves at him. That never happened for me.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of the great disappointments of my teenage years.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that.
I was quite misled.
He's also going to have that famous thing that everyone knows about, the cornucopia.
Oh, see, I was thinking of a cornucopia for like maybe my whole mascot. Because cornucopias are distinctly Thanksgiving. You know? Like, I don't even know what the heck they are. The horn of plenty. Yeah, like I get that, but like
I was
why?
going to make his head be a cornucopia. Just
see, I was going to do that. My whole mascot was going to be a cornucopia with all the goodness of Thanksgiving spilling out of it, and it still might be
yeah. I
because
mean,
cornucopias are very
They can.
Thanksgiving. You know,
but like I think that is an important thing. So like yours might be a cornucopia.
I think we can
my,
both agree.
my whole like I think my guy comes around, you know, he'll come, he'll chop down your tree, and
Great,
he'll give you
you know,
gifts from his cornucopia.
Yeah, like
he'll
Thanksgiving gifts.
like pull the cornucopia across your table, and there'll
Oh,
be a
see,
feast.
it's beautiful. Yeah. Why is that something I
Like,
picture? Was that like in something we watched as a kid?
I don't not that I know of, but it's just what it should be.
Yeah.
Like you need your mascot to have like supernatural gift giving powers.
Of course. That's what makes people like mascots. It's, you know, this brings up an interesting point. We should talk about underwear.
Well, should we?
Underwear, because, you know, the other place that I distinctly remember seeing a cornucopia growing up other than at Thanksgiving was on the Fruit of the Loom
Yes.
logo. But apparently it never existed.
No, but it did.
Yeah, but also apparently it didn't. This is one of those, if you've never heard of something called the Mandela effect, in case you don't know, Nelson Mandela, he was, you know, the leader of South Africa, and people thought he was arrested, and people thought he died in prison, but he didn't. He was like released and lived many years. So the Mandela effect is the idea that it describes something that like a large portion of the population thinks to be true, but apparently isn't true. Which apparently, according to the Fruit of the Loom underwear company, their logo has never included a cornucopia.
Yeah, except that they're lying.
Yes.
Because
This is a great conspiracy.
someone who like posted about it, and like Fruit of the Loom was like they responded to her saying it doesn't exist. She went and to a Goodwill and found an old thing from Fruit of the Loom that had the logo with a cornucopia on it.
So what is Fruit of the Loom so afraid of? I mean, just take a look at these logos. Do you see? The one on the right is the one Fruit of the Loom claims has always been the case. Clearly, though, it doesn't make sense without the cornucopia.
Right.
So the question we have to ask ourselves is, why are the people running Fruit of the Loom so afraid of the cornucopia? They probably had a bad experience with the lumberjack man from Thanksgiving. You know,
Like that could be like one of the first movies with this guy.
yes,
Is like the Fruit of the Loom conspiracy.
yeah.
Like Fruit of the Loom should
No,
be the one that makes this mascot.
here's what. Yeah, they should be the big sponsor of it. That's true. They should be like, we're sorry, we lied about the cornucopia thing. It was real.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean there's a deeper conspiracy of just the whole altering history.
Yeah.
And people are like they're trying to make people look crazy, like on purpose.
Yeah,
for
by
some
changing
reason.
things about history so that like old people that are like, back in my day, it had a cornucopia on the logo.
And they're like,
People are like,
"Nope,
oh,
it
Grandpa,
literally
you're
never did.
crazy.
You're crazy. We shouldn't listen to anything you say."
Yeah.
Like it's a legitimate conspiracy.
Yeah, I don't know if we should
that's
talk about this
interesting to
more.
look
Like,
into.
the Men in Black are going to bust down our studio
Well,
door.
it's possible.
Yeah, the conspiracy team, the Two Poor Artists conspiracy team is like, they're starting to
Yeah,
fade into the shadows over there. They don't want to be a part of this. You're not supposed to talk about this kind of stuff on the internet.
No, you're supposed to talk about it with like-minded individuals around.
Yes, which of course our fans are. Are you making your man invisible? I just want to understand,
No,
because he
not-
has socks, but we
not-
can't see his legs.
he's not
He doesn't
invisible.
have hands.
He's not invisible. He is the clothes.
This saves you from drawing a person. Oh, why is he wearing a Santa hat? Come on,
Not
man.
Santa.
What is that? No.
It's like a
He's given in.
no. It's like a lumberjack beanie.
A
With a little
lumberjack
extra
beanie is
on
not.
top.
Yeah, the little extra is the problem.
Well, but he doesn't have a head.
It's quite pointed.
He doesn't have. He's not putting it on his head. He doesn't have a head. He is the hat.
Oh, so it's just kind of like loose.
Like it's just
limp.
loose. It's just limp.
Ah.
Like that's why the clothes look so weird too.
This is a good transition from Halloween, because I think you could put this decoration up in your front yard for Halloween and then just leave it up, because he's kind of scary. He's got some
he
Invisible Man vibes.
Because he's not a guy. He's just clothes.
I will
a cornucopia and an axe.
I will say though that like drawing invisible hands and feet is the ideal kind of two poor artist
And he
drawing.
wears socks, not shoes.
He just walks around in socks all the time.
Like no, he
is the socks, but he's not the shoes.
Yeah,
That's a little
doesn't wear
weird, but it's
shoes.
probably they're probably cozy.
Fruit of the Loom doesn't make shoes.
Yeah, that's true. They don't. Not that I know of. I imagine some lore behind him. You know how like the Santa thing is like, he brings you presents if you're good and coal if you're naughty, right? And the Easter Bunny brings you, jelly beans if you're good and rabbit poop if you're bad.
I don't think that's
Was that just like a My Family thing?
probably. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's probably for the best. But you're a guy, so I think like he shows up at your door on Thanksgiving. There's like a muffled knock as his flannel shirt flails into the door. Or his cornucopia gently raps at the door. Anyway, not raps like like the music, like
Right now,
like it knocks, like the poem of the Raven. It raps at the chamber door. Anyway, I imagine he comes in and like he clearly doesn't speak, or does
Right.
he? I think he's just the silent, silent
I
type.
think in theory he could, but he doesn't.
Yeah, like not normally.
Yeah.
So he just comes to your, preset table that's missing all the food.
Yeah.
And if you have been thankful this year, the cornucopia spits out food. But if you've been ungrateful this year, it puts underwear on the table.
And chops down your tree.
all underwear. Then he chops down your tree and leaves for the season, you know? Like, and then everyone at the table is left, like, looking at the underwear and being like, we should have been more grateful, you know? Like, that would be a great movie, you know?
Yeah.
Like, little Timmy, he's not been grateful this year,
Yeah.
and he got underwear, you know?
It's like you're like sitting at the table, and it's like, and he'll do that, and it's like on your plate.
Everyone's holding their fork and knife like up, you know, like eagerly, like in the cartoons. Yeah.
And like if generally speaking the family was, you know, ungrateful,
Yeah.
it's just all underwear.
Uh-huh.
But like it could be like just little Timmy
Yeah.
gets underwear at his plate, and
Ooh.
everyone else gets food.
Or the whole family's been ungrateful. You know, make it a whole family affair.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. We can come up with the details later.
Yeah.
But the
I think it's,
But the
I think
powers
it
of
can
this
be
guy.
both.
Yeah.
Like it depends on the situation and the
Uh-huh.
family. Because like maybe the whole family's been pretty grateful, but Timmy's been especially not.
maybe,
grateful.
yeah, you know. See, this is a great lesson leading into Christmas too. To be grateful for what you have,
Yeah.
and not just be spoiled and want you know lots of Christmas presents.
Yeah.
This helps
And
fix some of the problems people have with the commercialized Christmas
Right.
by commercializing Thanksgiving.
Yes.
You know, you can't uncommercialize Christmas at this
Right,
point.
no,
So you have
it's
to commercialize
impossible.
the holiday before it to help mend
Yes.
the commercialization.
Right.
I've said commercialized and commercial and commercialization a lot now.
Because that's what we are
Yeah.
saying, that one of the problems with Thanksgiving is that it's not commercialized.
Yes. But it needs a
But
mascot.
but it's true.
Uh-huh.
Because the commercialization by itself is not inherently bad.
No.
It's just how you do it.
Yes, indeed.
Because otherwise, like people have to know about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and if it's just like a family tradition, it's like, that's all right. But like, it better be a family tradition that everyone in the family likes, or else it's pointless.
I've realized something unfortunate about your mascot in that it's too good. I don't know that I can come up with a better lore than the one I've helped you come up with for this mascot. You know? Like,
Yeah.
what's his name, though? He needs a name.
And that's where it gets hard.
Yeah.
Like, it's his name. So, like, Santa Claus.
Yeah, that's...
Right, like, so Santa is just the word saint. And then where does the word claus even come from?
It comes from the legal term, obviously. We learned that from the Tim Allen movies.
That's true. The Santa Claus, for if you kill Santa.
Yes, indeed.
But and then you have other things like Cupid is just
Yeah,
the Roman, you know, god of love.
it's true.
So it's like, but this guy could be like a name, you know. This could be, you know, Flannel Joe.
That's too.
But it's just too normal. But is that bad? Because it's Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is kind of like, it's more boring in a sense, in like a good way, than like Christmas.
What about like Harvest Hank? I like alliteration.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it could be
Or
like,
Plaid Pete.
is there alliteration with flannel?
Flannel Fred.
No, that doesn't.
Flannel
sound
Frank?
good, though.
Flannel.
Frank
Flannel
sounds
Phil
too old.
with a F. Flannel.
See, like Santa's name isn't alliteration.
No, but it
I
should be.
I don't feel like it should be
All
alliteration.
right, well then fine. Flannel Pete. Flannel
It has to be a
Mickey.
hipster sounding
Flannel
name.
Goofy.
Like what's the name of a hipster? Josh.
Flannel Josh. No, no
But
one
Josh
likes
doesn't
that.
sound good.
No.
No. What's another name for like what's a real hipstery name?
Theo. Flannel Theo. Flannel Milo. No, these
These are like Gen Z names.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Hipster is definitely more of a
how
millennial.
about Oliver Flannel? I
Hmm.
kind of like that one.
I do kind of like that.
Oliver Flannel. It's like an Oliver Twist type
We'll
sounding
go
name.
with that. Maybe the name will change.
Or Articus Autumn.
We're going with Oliver Flannel. I don't know how to spell flannel, so we're just gonna hope.
FLA. This is for all the children at home. NNEL, I think.
Yeah, for all those children that are writing the word flannel
Yeah,
regularly.
you can do this for a spelling test. Too Poor Artist style. Oliver Flannel. You know, that sounds folklorish.
It does.
Oliver Flannel comes to your door and he knocks. He silently enters
it should be
past the
folklore.
threshold.
Like Thanksgiving is a very folklore.
Yeah, it
day.
is, right?
Like it's
Gosh, I
not-
like your mascot so much.
It's not like Christmas. It does. Its roots aren't deep in Catholic.
Yeah, this is a strictly
Tuesday,
American
no?
holiday.
This is like very American.
matter
Like,
what-
it should be.
No matter what Canada
Like
says.
it needs to be a very American folklore. He's got to be right there alongside Johnny Appleseed and that guy that did the
Yeah,
that chopped down trees. What was his name?
Paul Bunyan.
Paul
Like this has a
Bunyan.
very Paul Bunyan, and I know it's because he's like a lumberjack, and
Right, yeah.
that's why. But
Like Paul Bunyan honestly could have just been the mascot of Thanksgiving if we really wanted him to be.
yeah, if he had a horn of plenty and was invisible.
Like just change him a little bit.
But man, this is a solid entry. Like, even if I can't come up with anything good, like, I think this will save Thanksgiving to a degree. It'll help push it forward. Then the music will come, and then the traditional Thanksgiving dances, and then there'll be we already have the food, the traditional Thanksgiving dress, attire. It's gonna be lovely. People are gonna like. I like Thanksgiving a lot, but it's really very few people's favorite holiday.
Yeah.
And that's because of because Christmas is just so great.
I doubt it's like anybody's.
It's probably my second favorite, and I know you can't
Yeah.
understand that, but
It's definitely like I probably like it more than like 4th of July because
if you've never heard the
Who
sad
doesn't
story of
see?
Benja's childhood, I'll just sum it up for you. Every Thanksgiving, he was forced with his whole family to clean the garage all day, and it traumatized him into hating Thanksgiving.
and the reward was least favorite meal of the year.
Yeah, but it's so good. You get that perfect bite of the turkey and the stuffing and the gravy and the mashed potatoes and the cranberry
I
sauce.
don't even eat the turkey or the stuffing.
Man, it was so good.
The green bean casserole is the only like Thanksgiving food that I like.
That's the one I don't like.
Like I like mashed potatoes and gravy, but we also had that like all the time.
Like green bean casserole, people have to acknowledge that green beans are gross because the only way people can stomach them is if you drown them in cream of mushroom and sprinkle them with fried onions. Like,
I like green beans.
but no.
Green beans might be one of my favorite, if not my favorite vegetable.
I don't accept that. I don't have my drawing glove. Where's my drawing glove?
I don't know.
This drawing is not going to be
You're
up to...
the one that rearranged your whole area.
Yeah, well, the studio needed a little sprucing. Is it in that drawer? Oh, it is. Thank you.
Found it.
I really need a yo-yo glove to complete the look.
Mm-hmm.
If you've never seen a drawing glove before, it's just missing the thumb and pointer and middle finger, which is the exact thing that a yo glove has.
Yeah.
So if I get a yo-yo glove and a drawing glove, I'll just have a glove.
Yeah. If you wear them both on the same hand.
Yeah, exactly.
But you could wear them on opposite hands.
That's what I'm going to ask for Thanksgiving. I mean, Christmas.
Yeah, you don't get gifts on Thanksgiving.
You get the gift of food or underwear.
But yeah, for me, it's definitely Christmas or Easter. I like them both equally. I don't have a preference between those two. And then I don't really care about any other holiday. But I like doing stuff with people. So it's like I enjoy all the holidays.
I like how you keep having to specify that you don't hate people.
Yeah, like I mean,
Like, because that's the vibe somebody who hates Thanksgiving gives off.
There's a lot of people that are like, I hate Thanksgiving because I have to go with my family and they're going to talk about.
Yeah, that's true.
things.
Those
And it's
people,
like, I'm
are
not-
sad.
Like I'm not one of them. The one thing I enjoy about Thanksgiving is to hang out with my family, and then the downside, and I don't even dislike because now that I'm an adult, I just make my own food, and I just make food I like.
Yeah, that's sad because I would.
Everyone else can eat their Thanksgiving
I'm
food.
upset that Thanksgiving only comes once a year, so you can only eat that meal once a
You,
year.
you can eat it as often
I
as you
know.
want.
Like, why don't I'm going to do it this year? I'm going to have Thanksgiving every 3 months,
Okay, you can do
2
it.
months. Yeah, I
Don't
could
invite me.
because I'm an adult. I won't. Well, I mean, I might still invite you, but I won't expect you to come.
I mean, if you made like chicken instead of turkey, I'd probably come. Because
It's like Chandler
mashed
from
potatoes and chicken. Like, I mean, it's just like turkey. I don't really like turkey. It's just worse chicken. And then like the sweet potato casserole, not good. But like mashed potatoes and gravy, like that's great, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Green bean casserole. If you made that, I'd come just to eat that. Like that's the one meal, or like that's the one thing that I wish we had more often.
Green bean cat? Come on, man.
Because it's like mashed potatoes and gravy. Like that is something that people have regularly because it's so easy and cheap to make
And wonderful.
and good. But green bean casserole, it's like people only make it on Thanksgiving, and it's like that's pretty easy and cheap and good.
Yeah, it's true. Except for the good and everything else you said part. It's probably cheap.
And easy. I mean, it's basically just green beans, cream of mushroom, and sometimes you put stuff on top of it.
All right. I am going to do my mascot now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it's going to, like, this is...
It's been kind of hard to keep stalling
Yeah,
for you.
well, that's good. Thanks for trying. I think that I've got a real winner here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've got a... You have to do... Okay, let's see where we start.
I would suggest a nose first if your guy were to have a nose. My guy didn't, so I couldn't do nose first.
I'm going to give him a triangle nose. If you've never heard the beautiful, lovely Miss Rachel's... is it Miss Rachel? Carving a pumpkin?
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either, now that I think about it. There's a song on YouTube about carving a pumpkin. You just know it's wonderful.
Yes.
You should go look it up. You'll know it when you find it.
If you search pumpkin carving on YouTube, it's probably one of the first couple hundred things to show up. But like I think it's called the pumpkin carving song.
That is not a cornucopia. Not a very good one, anyway. It's fun when you mess up your drawing immediately.
Is he gonna be a cornucopia or
no? I've moved away from that.
Okay. I'm quickly looking up to see
Who makes that
who
song?
makes the song.
Yeah, it's our favorite pumpkin carving song. It has the two poor artist seal of approval. It's the kind of seal that balances a ball on its nose, and it approves. All
Well,
right.
it's not this one.
That's very helpful. Thanks.
But I searched a pumpkin carving song and it's not showing up. Here, let me go look
Okay.
at my.
I'm going with the scarecrow drawing here. What kind of eyes does a scarecrow have? You know, because like, I feel like that's important.
I think the eyes can be like anything.
Yeah, but like, because you've
they're
got
usually
those
just, like,
scarecrows that
painted
like
on.
just have like a pumpkin head, and that's not really what I want to go for.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna go for like a
to be like the sack cloth.
sackcloth and ashes.
Yeah, but like from the Wizard of Oz, where he just had like a sackcloth.
You know, I don't even have to figure out the eyes because he's gonna be blowing us this, so they're gonna be kind of. They're closed. Like, you know, as you squint, as you blow into the instrument,
Like
as you
he's
blow
so-
into the cornucopia.
Like he's so happy while he's doing it.
Yeah. Do those eyes convey happiness? Because they're supposed to.
I think they do.
Oh, good. Because that's what I'm going for.
I don't have this song in my liked songs.
That is quite a shame.
How am I supposed to find it now?
I think a mascot should always invoke joy. You know? Easter Bunny is terrifying, and they need to do better with that.
Right.
Santa Claus invokes joy. That's wonderful. You know?
What?
Unless, of course, you're going for like Halloween mascots, in which case they should invoke fear.
I blindly agreed with you, but the Easter Bunny is terrifying.
Well, I mean, some of them. The ones that live at the mall, not the real Easter Bunny.
Like it's a bunny. I feel like it is like the least terrifying.
I'm glad you have
thing.
that opinion. That's probably a healthy opinion to have of the Easter Bunny.
Like, I'm trying to understand your opinion. Like, what's terrifying?
How is this guy's arm? Like, his arm must be incredibly short the way I've drawn him.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you're made of sackcloth, you can do anything you want.
Wow, that's an inspiration to all children.
Made of sackcloth.
They're made of sackcloth, you know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. The song is not called the pumpkin carving song. It's called the jack-o'-lantern song.
Oh, that explains why we couldn't
And
find
it's made by Miss Molly.
I knew it wasn't Miss Rachel.
So go on the YouTubes and search. Well, I guess you're already on.
You're already on the YouTube.
You're already there. And search Miss Molly jack-o'-lantern song. 5 minutes and 17 seconds of pure pleasure.
That sounds like something you shouldn't Google.
I mean, it's whatever Isaac's thinking is not that.
I was thinking that it will make you too happy.
Oh.
And it's not a song that should make you happy. It's a song that you play for your enemies.
Yeah, well,
To
that's the
vaguely annoy them.
That's the pleasure that it comes with.
Oh, I see.
Like don't like you right now
Lower your expectations.
watching our video by yourself, wherever you are, driving or in your room. He has his pants hiked way up. It's like opposite of my guy. And my guy wasn't wearing the pants; he was the pants. So,
Because these are overalls.
but back to what I was saying. You're probably by yourself right now watching this because who's watching our video?
People are usually too ashamed to watch this in mixed company.
Yeah, like maybe you got together with your family and you're all watching this together
On Thanksgiving.
on Thanksgiving. But more likely than not, you're watching this alone in private
In the dark.
in the dark.
In your bed.
So go find a group of people that you know will just like get annoyed at you and play Miss Molly's Jack-o'-lantern song. You'll get those groans that you've been seeking.
It's true.
Guaranteed. We do it at the youth group
Oh, yeah.
every year.
Oh, yeah. No,
maybe more than once a year.
It's quite... Like, I can guarantee groan.
Yeah. It's one of the greatest pleasures of our youth group leading.
Oh, yeah. No, for sure. Like, we get an extra amount of joy out of this. Like, an extraordinary amount of joy.
Mm-hmm. So he's a scarecrow blowing into. So do you think like trumpets should be the sound of Thanksgiving?
It's like I think that really what the musical artists need to do is they need to go and buy themselves a cornucopia and blow into it, and whatever sound comes out, I imagine like a very muffled, very muffled sound, like just like not very much.
Because the problem for me at least is that horned instruments
make it sound like they're like the devil's instruments.
Maybe, but they sound like, to me, I think of like military music.
Oh, well, you're wrong.
Like, I guess jazz uses them a lot too, but like in a very different way than the way the military does. They're like the same instruments, but opposite. Military is very stern and strict, and jazz is play whatever you want. Oh, so he doesn't even have like feet or hands.
I've learned that
Like,
these mascots are like my favorite things for us to draw because you don't have to draw hands and feet.
Mm-hmm.
They're just,
They're
the way.
Hey,
Yeah,
you.
it's quite lovely. I was gonna draw feet, and then I was like, nah, that would be hard. All right, he looks pretty jolly, right? Like in a Thanksgiving-y way,
Yeah, very grateful.
Yeah, he does. I would say he does. Like he almost needs like something more on his face, though. You know how like, let's see, what else does Scarecrow?
Like right now, this is just a scarecrow with a cornucopia.
Yeah.
Like it's well drawn. Admittedly, it's better than mine drawing.
Yeah, but I don't like it as much.
But it's not a mascot.
No.
Of anything. Like this is the problem that we were saying. A turkey can't just be the mascot because
Yeah.
it's just a turkey.
I
Like this
know.
is just a scarecrow. What you need to do something to
Do
make
scarecrows have ears? I guess they don't have ears, do they?
him. Yeah, not
Like his
usually.
face is so blank looking. I don't
Mhm.
like he needs like rosy cheeks or something.
You need like
I feel like that'll ruin him.
yeah, and it's like you don't have to do much. Like Santa,
Mm-hmm.
he's just a guy, but like he's not just a guy. You know what I mean? He's got the belly. He's got the rosy cheeks. He's got
Like he needs
the outfit that's
He-
unique to him.
something marketable. Is
Yeah,
really what he
right.
needs. Some kind of
Like you can't just go and buy.
accessory that makes him. Maybe I give him a cape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because right now, like this, like you decorate your house with a scarecrow. For
And I hate
fall.
it. I don't like our scarecrow. He's creepy.
Right, but it's like
the
that's
happy
that's just a general fall decoration.
Mm-hmm.
This needs to be the Thanksgiving scarecrow.
So what? I mean, he needs lore. We'll get that.
Right? Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he needs lore, and he
needs to be
needs.
something that like you see his face or his picture, and you're like, oh, that's not just a scarecrow. That's the Thanksgiving.
I think
mascot.
I'm gonna give him a cape because capes are like superheroes have capes,
Right.
and I think they have them mostly because it makes them iconic.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
they are impractical
Right.
as heck,
Mm-hmm.
but they have them because you're like, that's Superman. That's not just like a dude in pajamas.
Right.
He has a cape.
Yeah.
That's
Because
Batman.
he would look like just a guy
Why
in
does
pajamas.
Batman have a cape? Like I like
he, like,
he glides.
Like his is kind of practical.
Batman's the worst.
But Superman, like if Superman, you take off Superman's cape and he's literally just like a guy in pajamas. Like you can't remove his cape. He looks weird. Like he looks so cool with his cape, and you take away that cape, so dorky.
It's true.
So I think it could be the same with your scarecrow.
So he has a cape.
Is there lore to the cape? Like, does the cape do something? Like, is it the tablecloth?
Yeah,
For the
no,
first
yeah,
Thanksgiving?
yeah, that's exactly it. Dude, you just come on, man. I was just thinking it's gonna be the tablecloth. Yeah, but from the first Thanksgiving, it's
Right,
pretty
yeah.
great. Yeah, yeah. It's the tablecloth from the first Thanksgiving. You know, it has like a gravy stain.
Like
you know?
my character didn't have any lore associated with the first Thanksgiving.
Yeah, this guy does.
That I think that's something that could be missing from the mascot.
Yeah, like because that's what we need, right? We need some connection back
Like,
to the original.
Yours could be the scarecrow that protected, the
the original
first,
crops.
yeah, for the first Thanksgiving.
That's exactly.
And he has the
This is nice.
tablecloth.
This is nice. I come up with the lore for your guy. You can help me with the lore for my guy. Like it's too much work to art and lore at the same time.
very true.
Okay,
Especially
so-
when they didn't put any thought into it before.
So what else has he got from the first Thanksgiving? Maybe he's got like
obviously the cornucopia.
he has the
that
cornucopia
is
from the
the
he
cornucopia.
he is the scarecrow that watched over the first crops from the first pilgrims. He was there at the beginning. He's the reason that they gave thanks.
Right.
Without him, they would have had nothing to be thankful for because all the birds would have gone away or gone and
Right.
eaten all the food. But he blows the cornucopia and they all scatter. Like that's except for the turkeys, which gather near
Yes.
for
Yeah,
easy.
it's like a call that sends away crows and brings in turkeys.
In fact, we'll draw a little turkey over here. A little,
Just like a hand turkey.
a normal turkey.
Like normal turkeys don't have spikes on the back.
This is normal turkey.
Not even a full hand turkey.
It's a four-fingered
Like
hand.
I see you looking at your hand there.
No,
You have more fingers than that.
he never draws. There, he's a little turkey that they all come. They all come when he calls. It's like the siren song on Thanksgiving morning. Thanksgiving morning, he blows
He
his
blows the
cornucopia, and instead of the birds, running away like normal, because I mean that's what you have to remember about the first Thanksgiving, is it was rough,
Yeah.
and they were like, "What are we going to eat for Thanksgiving, Father?" And he's like, "I don't know. We haven't seen a bird in
Well, they
Many
probably
a
weren't
week.
even saying that because most of the fathers died.
Okay, that's depressing. There were fathers in this.
No, there were a
In this
couple,
happier
but
lore, there were fathers. You can't have that as the Thanksgiving.
Not many pilgrims survived the voyage, and even less survived the first winter.
That's okay, but there were fathers. They might have been sickly. But anyway, they were like, Father, the scarecrow's been doing too good of a job. All the birds that we were going to hunt for the feast with the Indians are, gone. What will we do? And they're like, don't worry, my child. When I said fathers, I meant like priests.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, my child. The Lord will provide.
The scarecrow giveth, and the scarecrow taketh.
That's exactly it. That's exactly what I was. Man, you're taking the words out of my mouth. It's lovely. I love it. Yes, this scarecrow. Yeah.
So in this case, the scarecrow taketh, and
the scarecrow scareth, and the scarecrow bringeth in. Yeah, it's an interesting lore.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
that
so
somehow they knew would happen before it happened.
Yeah, so he's got this is the guy. This is the reason. This mascot is the reason that there is, Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Without him, there would have never been a Thanksgiving. He's the reason for the first Thanksgiving.
Right.
When all the pilgrims and the Indians sat down together and they're like, what are we thankful for? They all looked out into the yonder field and they said, we're thankful for that scarecrow,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Realizing he's going to need a name now.
He kept our crops.
He kept our crops from the crows and the pigeons, and he brought us turkeys on Thanksgiving morning,
And then as a thanks, they put the cape on him.
Yes. Yeah, after the first meal, they hung it on him, and they're like, this is because of you,
So, like, what does he do now? Like does he... Is he just forgotten into history?
No. He still goes around, and this is on Thanksgiving, you might hear a distant, cornucopia blast from the field. He's really more of like a folklore character for the farmers, and he's the reason we still have food. If you have food on Thanksgiving, you're thankful for this,
Right.
for him,
Yeah.
because
So
he's the reason that the food grew and that the turkeys were provided.
Right.
So
he shows up, before Thanksgiving to all the farms, and just make sure that there will be
of
thanks.
course.
He's the reason that America is as profitable and
He's the reason that we have the food that we do and the prosperity. Did you break your microphone?
It's not broken.
Oh, I see. But anyway, he's the reason that we have our feast every year. It's because of whatever his name might be. Scarecrow Sam is too generic.
Yeah. I almost feel like this guy wouldn't have a name like that.
He would just be like the Scarecrow,
right? Or like the first Scarecrow, or something like that.
But that's maybe. I don't know.
Because it's did he have a name, or was he just an entity?
Ooh.
You know what I mean? The Easter Bunny. The Easter Bunny doesn't.
What
have
did
a
they
name.
call in Doctor? This is super random, but in Doctor Who, what did they call Rory? They called him the last Centurion.
Yeah.
So this is the last. That's too. Yeah,
Yeah. Because but the Easter
the first Scarecrow.
Yeah.
I think that's what we just need to call him.
Right. Yeah.
The
Because the Easter Bunny doesn't have a name. Because it's just that is what it is. In theory, there could be more than one Easter Bunny, but there isn't. There's the Easter Bunny. This could even just be the Thanksgiving Scarecrow, but that's really long.
That could be.
Thanksgiving is a long word. Scarecrow's a long word. No one wants to say the Thanksgiving Scarecrow.
That is too much. So what do they say? The first Scarecrow?
That's where I'm leaning towards.
First Scarecrow. What do they call the... what's another word for the pioneer? Man, this is hard.
You're looking for the word pilgrim, the voyager, the
The original Scarecrow. pioneering scarecrow. No, see, we're gonna lose it all. All this is gonna be lost if we don't come up with a cool name.
Yeah. What would be?
How about we just call him the founder of the feast?
Okay, that's pretty good.
The founder of the feast. You know, because that's what they say, right? About the person who's like provided the feast.
Right.
He's called the founder of the feast because at the first Thanksgiving, as you know, whoever was in charge of the town, whichever father survived, was stood up and he's like, "Let's raise a toast, my fellow pilgrims and Indians, and you know, everyone
And
here,
the scarecrow,
women and children and men, to the founder of the feast." And they all look out in the field, and he's just out there with the cornucopia to his lips. You know, yeah, the founder of the feast.
I like it.
That's what we're calling him. The founder of the feast. It has a good ring to it, you know? Like, it's something that people already say, but he's like the provider, you know? I think that works.
I agree. I think that's
I'm not going to try to draw any more, like, background or anything. I'm just going to... What do we call this?
Well, I titled it his name.
Oh, okay. So it's...
So you would write the founder.
I see.
Yeah, because like we could have called it Thanksgiving mascot, but I figured since we were giving them names...
Isn't it weird how when you have to spell in front of people, you're like, am I spelling it right?
And then it's like you look at a word like the word founder, and you're like, that seems wrong.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's like, it has the word found in it, but like, should it?
Yeah, you start overthinking. The founder of the feast. What a lovely guy this is, you know? See, this is... I didn't think I could match yours, and I still like yours quite a bit. But
Yeah, I almost feel like this is a situation where both can be mascots. Like,
see, that's the thing. If there can be multiple Christmas mascots, why can't there be?
like yours existed. Yours was the first, because my guy had nothing to do with the first Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
He came about because of the gratefulness.
it's the gratefulness of Thanksgiving. He keeps the spirit of Thanksgiving alive. You
And
know?
yours keeps the food
I
and
keep
the celebration.
I keep the plentifulness of
Yeah.
the harvest.
Like, because there's two aspects of Thanksgiving.
Uh-huh.
There's the plentifulness,
Yeah.
and then there's the gratitude.
Yeah, exactly right.
And it's like, and both are needed because that's one of the things you're thankful for.
Yes. If it wasn't for him, there would be nothing to be thankful for. At least not the food portion of Thanksgiving.
Right? Yeah. Like
You'd still have your family and like things that actually matter.
right. Like
Not that
but the
food
thing
doesn't,
is, like nowadays we're like, because we live in the land of such plenty, we're all the time like, you're not supposed to be thankful for material things. But it's like at this time period, when like everyone was like dying and needed food to survive,
We're too
like
spoiled
that
now.
was something to be thankful for because it literally meant survival.
That's exactly right.
So he's the reason that we can be so plentiful that we like can be grateful for other things.
Indeed.
And that's why my guy came about.
Yes. I think that's fair. I think that's a good apt
So
description.
I think we agree that both of ours should be
Co-mascots.
co-mascot. See, I was thinking we were gonna have like the audience, you know,
have
our
them
fans,
vote?
like vote.
I don't think
and
there's a
see-
need.
But no, I mean,
No.
you guys can tell us which one you like better
It's
or
true,
whatever.
but I think them both being mascots is
yeah.
ideal in this situation, you know? I think they've both got the iconicness to them. You know, like there'll be children every Thanksgiving now wearing the tablecloth after the meal.
right?
you
Yeah,
know?
like that'll be the thing.
It'll be a thing that who gets to wear the tablecloth.
Because like you would think, oh, it should be the founder of the feast.
Yes.
And like probably, but it's gonna be a kid.
It will be.
Like, and you'll
It
call
should
them
be.
the founder of the feast.
Yeah, exactly.
But-
And they get the cornucopia off the table and they're going around blowing it, pretending, it'll be lovely. There's arts and crafts involved in these. Like you can make cornucopias and the tablecloth, you can decorate it. You can make your tablecloth and write all the things you're thankful for on the tablecloth.
Yeah, and then the founder of the feast wears the
And then they wear it.
thankfulness.
Yes.
Hey.
See? We're making Thanksgiving better. Like these would be
Yeah.
good, wholesome traditions.
Right, because that's the other thing that Thanksgiving is missing is like actual traditions. Because what do most families do? The
They
dads
eat, and
watch
then-
football
yes.
while the moms cook, and then the kids are doing nothing but probably being told to do chores because otherwise they're bugging their mom and their dad.
That's true.
And it's like no one's really enjoying Thanksgiving.
Yeah, exactly.
Until the family comes in the feast, and like that part people enjoy. It's like everything before Thanksgiving, no one enjoys.
Yeah,
everything after Thanksgiving, no one enjoys. It's just naps.
So we've got some good traditions. You know, you can pour the food out of a cornucopia, or you know, when you have a child who's being particularly ungrateful, wasn't it always a thread at Christmas time where it was like, you know,
you're gonna get
no, but like underwear, like you unwrap underwear. It was always embarrassing, and like nobody wants to get underwear for Christmas. That's bad.
Right.
How much worse on your plate at Thanksgiving? You know, you just have your kid who's being particularly naughty on, like, not being grateful on Thanksgiving, and you just throw some underwear on their plate.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and you make them eat it. Except probably not.
Right. But
it's the message. They understand that they're not being grateful, and that's a problem.
Yeah.
You know.
Plus, it's just hilarious.
It is hilarious, and everyone would get a good kick out of it. You know. Like when somebody is not being grateful, you know, on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You know, they're complaining, you know, because the turkey's taken too long or their football team lost or something.
Right.
You throw underwear at them.
Yeah.
You know, like to remind them. Yes. To be more thankful.
You just like have some classic whitey tighties around just for this.
Yeah, it's in the Thanksgiving decoration box.
Right.
You know, you decorate with it. It hangs above the mantelpiece, waiting for its use on the ungrateful. Yeah, underwear. It's, you know, that'll have to have a catchy name. We'll come up with that. Ungrateful. I don't know.
Undergarments.
Oh, there it is. The ungrateful undergarments. Oh, it's so good. Man, I want to do these things now. Like, this would be a fantastic way to celebrate Thanksgiving. And then imagine it. The Macy's Day Parade comes down, you know, in front of all the people waiting in New York City. And the last float is not Santa Claus, but it's the founder of the feast.
Yes.
And
whatever
your guy was named.
Yours should be last.
Mine should be last?
Because he's the founder of the feast.
So yours should open.
Like, mine should open or like be, you know, somewhere.
The main attraction, at least.
Yeah.
What was your guy's name again?
It was
Flannel, something flannel.
Something flannel.
Man.
It's such a forgettable name.
Yeah, but it's because we haven't used it enough.
Yeah.
You know, like Santa Claus wouldn't have been that impressive until people used it more.
Like people would just be like, or like Saint Nick or whatever, wouldn't have been anything.
The point is, having multiple Thanksgiving mascots doubles our chances of this, you know, catching on and making this a more iconic. Now all we're missing really is music. We even have the dress, overalls, flannel,
right?
Tablecloth capes.
And now we have like options for decoration as well. Like it's just the music, and we even came up with some ideas for the musicians to run with.
Exactly,
we
horns and hurdy-gurdies,
and the
rhythmic action of sawing and chopping.
Yeah,
it's gonna be beautiful. Like, we've done so much better today than I ever thought we would. Like, I'm so proud of us. That rarely happens.
I legitimately would want to, like, for my future family to do some of these.
These are
things.
Wonderful traditions that I think I need to put in place this year. It's a shame. We just had Friendsgiving last night with all of our friends. We could have done these things.
Yeah, we could have.
You know, we could have worn the tablecloth around in celebration.
Given it to especially if you're doing it like a friend's Thanksgiving, that's the thing. Like, I was assuming like there'd always be kids involved. But if you guys haven't done your Friendsgiving yet, if you do something like that, whoever hosted it or whoever made the turkey, make them be the founder of the feast.
And I'm so glad this video is going to come out before Thanksgiving so that people can put this into, you know, into practice this upcoming Thanksgiving. Share this video with all of your friends and neighbors, with everyone grateful and ungrateful. Go out to the store, buy yourself some ungrateful undergarments.
If you have a friend who's just like, I don't like Thanksgiving, you know, like me, be like,
yes, but
you haven't tried any of the traditions.
The two poor artists have, you know, told us the truth about the first Thanksgiving and the mascots of thankfulness and feasting. I don't know. The point is, it's going to be lovely. It's going to be great. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Goodbye.
As always, we're surprised you made it this far into our video.
There's no way we could possibly ask you to subscribe to this atrocity, so we won't.
We would say share it with your friends, but it's probably better for wasting your enemy's time.
We're probably not going to get any better, but we will keep drawing.
See you next time.